I'm Christal Young. Well, summer is in full swing, and now that 2020 is in the rearview mirror, we deserve to enjoy all the things we missed out on last year. Well, we begin with a few of my favorite places to go and things to do. You might want to take some notes. In New York City, there's an adventure around every corner if you know where to look. In the case of Summit One Vanderbilt, you should look up. At 1,401 feet, it's the tallest commercial building in Midtown Manhattan. It has unique outdoor glass elevators called Ascent and glass skyboxes named Levitation. The city's newest skyscraper also has an observation deck and multiple dining options. Don't miss the hottest exhibit to hit New York City in a long time. Immersive Van Gogh at Pier 36 makes you feel like you stepped inside a painting. More than 90 million pixels and 500,000 cubic square feet of projections make up this 360-degree digital exhibition that invites you into the world of iconic Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh. Timed tickets are still available. The exhibition will be in New York until early September. If you happen to be in Harlem, check out the city's newest Instagram star, Reclining Liberty. The 25-foot statue is in Morningside Park, just off the 120th Street entrance. She's made of plaster, resin, oxidized copper paint, foam, wood, and steel. It took artist Zach Landsberg almost a year to create her. He calls the work a labor of love. I call it fantastic. She's on view until April 2022. The 150-year-old Museum of Natural History is always a fan favorite. The Halls of Gems and Minerals has reopened after a 4-year renovation with redesigned exhibits which feature more than 5,000 specimens from 98 countries. From this gorgeous piece of amethyst to the iconic 563-carat sapphire Star of India, there's a lot to see. Recently written up as the city's hottest new restaurant with mind-blowing food, Dagon brings the flavors of the Mediterranean to your plate. The mushroom dumplings or shish barak, grilled branzino, and lamb neck are best sellers. Don't leave without trying Dagon's most popular bread, which looks a little like a savory cinnamon roll. Drum roll, please. What do we have here?
The kubane. It's a Yemenite bread, and it's rolled up with feta cheese, za'atar. They hit it with all the cheese and the herbs, and they just roll it up.
If brunch is your bag, head over to the Egg Shop in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Around here, eggs always take center stage.
There's like healthy and indulgent options.
If you like to keep it simple, you can try the ricotta scramble on toast, a scone with jam, or an egg dressed to the nines with pickled jalapeno, cheddar, and tomato jam on a brioche bun. I decided to go for the fish out of water, partly because I love the name and I love smoked salmon. Totally tasty, but a little messy. Amare Rooftop may be in Lower Manhattan, but once you're up here, it sure doesn't feel that way. You're transported to southern Italy. Located at 100 Broad Street, not far from Wall Street, office buildings loom in the background, but the vibe is relaxed. Your biggest worries will be what to drink and what cozy nook to occupy. For a little privacy, there are brightly colored greenhouses and 2 Instagrammable spots painted by artist O.G. Millie. This one was commissioned in partnership with California Wine. Amare is known for its fluffy gnocchi made from baked, not boiled potatoes. New this summer, the lobster crock.
My husband created this dish. He took the idea of the lobster roll in a potato croquette. And lobster is in a cheese fondue, and he poured it on it. He's a food genius.
Oh,
it's just amazing.
Crispy, it's creamy. You get the lobster shining through. That is comfort food. There aren't many things New Yorkers will wait in line for, but apparently a delicious dumpling is one of them.
Tastes good to me.
It's opening day at the Brooklyn Dumpling Shop on the Lower East Side. But when you think dumpling, don't think traditional. These are modern dumplings that you get automat style. The once popular way of getting a good meal without the help of a waiter proves that everything old is new again.
It was created for efficiency and economics.
Onestratus Morfogen is known as New York City's dumpling king. He literally wrote the book on them. Here's how you order.
You could come in, make your relationship with your locker, use the screen as your communication device where you see your order is ready, and purchase. But if you want to engage or the technology may be somewhat intimidating, there are greeters here to help you through the process. You'll go up to those two little red lights, scan your piece of paper barcode or your phone, and the locker door associated with that order automatically opens.
At Brooklyn Dumpling Shop, it's the little things that make this place unique, like the Bitcoin ATM and the wireless chargers on every table. Oh, and they also serve alcohol. From sweet to savory, you'll find it all here. There are classics like the pastrami and the Philly cheesesteak. There's vegetarian options, even sweet dumplings that have things like chocolate and Nutella.
It is unbelievable. It is unfreaking believable.
There are 6 more dumpling shops planned throughout Brooklyn and 40 franchises already sold in the tri-state area. So look for a Brooklyn dumpling shop near you and tell them I sent you. Coming up, I'm here for the beer.
People want us to mail it to them. Everybody is asking for it.
Then the most unlikely place for a vineyard in our area. And later. Continued success again. I said it before, I'll say it again. You really are a true Renaissance man. I feel like there's nothing you can't do. You know?
They're all of my passions, you know. I do everything I'm passionate about, and that's how it grows for me.
We're one-on-one with Amare Stoudemire. Next on tap, we're heading uptown to see what's brewing at Harlem Hops, a place where the beer is cold and the scene is hot.
It feels like it could be the start of something. The greatest show in hip-hop, what you can expect.
Harlem has a flavor all its own. Now it's got a beer to match. Amare Stoudemire is a special brew at Harlem Hops, where it's all about beer, booze, bites, and beats.
We are like the cheers of our community. Everybody knows your name. We know what kind of beer you like. We're always changing our beers, so we're ready to give you what we think you'll like in the same vein of what you're used to drinking.
Located on Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, this craft beer bar is somewhat of a unicorn. It's Black-owned by friends Kim Harris, Stacey Lee, and Kevin Bradford, all graduates of historically Black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. At Harlem Hops, they believe we're all stronger together, so a collaboration just made sense, and Amare Stoudemire proves it. This limited edition is a Belgian triple, which has triple the amount of malt, making it light in color and smooth.
So refreshing.
It was inspired by the song Harlem Hops by musician St. Cassius.
When I would come in here, one of the things I would always notice is that they played amazing music, had great playlists, had great taste. So I came and I was working on a record, and the record felt like this place, so I called the record Harlem Hops.
When Kim heard the song, she reached out to Harlem Blue Beer and Four City Brewing Company in New Jersey, whose owner had already been searching for brothers in brew.
I wanted more Black people to be involved in craft beer. So I put in Black people craft beer in Google. As you can imagine, like 0.73, returns came up. One of the few pictures that came up was Harlem Hops. So I was like, a Black-owned craft beer bar in Harlem, I gotta somehow connect with these guys.
To me, it was just about showcasing craft and community. And then when you add to that it was 3 different Black-owned entities that were peer groups in the beer industry, and we were gonna work together, we just don't see that a lot in the world, right? So we need more of that.
The final puzzle piece was Harlem artist Black Rose being commissioned to design artwork for the can.
When the concept was brought to me immediately, the sketch was done in hours.
He created a party vibe similar to the one in the iconic Ernie Barnes painting, The Sugar Shack, and he made sure all 4 companies were visually represented.
Harlem Blue logo flying through 4 City on the building, Harlem Hops visible on the windows.
Everybody is asking for it. So it was definitely received well.
Amare Stoudemire means a new beginning.
And that's how we felt with this collaboration. all black-owned breweries, black-owned beer bar, artists.
Profits from the beer benefit Harlem Hops, which gives scholarships to help students attend HBCUs.
Sometimes we have merchandise, the merchandise that we come up with for this particular project will do the same.
Love it. So drink up and give back.
Yes, for sure.
Right. So the next time you're thirsty in Harlem, you may want to hop over to Harlem Hops.
Cheers!
Still ahead, from farm to table.
We got the ribeye here.
Why is Amare Stoudemire drawing a crowd at the Union Square Farmers Market?
We got the short ribs.
My exclusive interview next. Amare Stoudemire, NBA All-Star player, Brooklyn Nets coach, and now a farmer? This one I had to see. So I caught up with him to ask him one question. Where's the beef? As a power forward for the Phoenix Suns and New York Knicks, Amare Stoudemire was famous for bringing his explosive A-game. But off the court, this six-time NBA All-Star is completely laid back. Amare has a sprawling farm in Dutchess County.
I wanted something naturally. I can grow animals and live natural off the land for the family. But it began to be something that the people needed, like real food that's not GMO raised.
Amare started selling at the Union Square Farmers Market. I stopped by to check out his offerings. Why did you want to be here?
Yeah, this is all new. Stoudemire Farms has been in the works of becoming a working farm for about 3 years. And we finally got it to the point where we're able to then sell product. And so once we connected with Grow NYC, we now was able to come here to Union Square Green Market.
At 6'10", you don't exactly blend in, so as we talked, we drew a crowd. Michelle Winfield spotted him in the newspaper before the market. Basketball giant becomes Union Square Farm star.
And I said, I have not met him.
Oh, okay.
So that's another thing. I really didn't meet him. I just waved at him just now.
But this is something I always wanted to do. I grew up in a small town, country town in Florida. I was raised in New York, but I got that country, still outdoor, natural environment vibe still with me, and I want to build something I can be a part of. And so now that it's built, it's only right that I'm a part of it.
Before I could ask, where's the beef, the maple syrup caught my eye.
We tap the trees, we have like the bucket under the tap, collect that, and you take it to the sugar house, and it all gets fermented.
Now, what do you put this on? Are you like a pancake kind of guy?
Your pancakes, your waffles. Anytime you need to add a little extra sugar to whatever you're eating, you can add some natural flavored syrup.
When it was time to talk about the cuts of meat, it was clear it's a carnivore's delight.
A lot of people here really request the porterhouses and also the ribeye. The skirt steak's already stole out. My favorite cut is the ribeye.
The ribeye.
Ribeye is my favorite cut.
Okay. And see, I'm like a short rib. You could give me any kind of short ribs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If it's a short rib,
yeah,
I am all about it. But I love a good skirt steak too. Mm-hmm. But today I'm too late. Maybe next time.
Yeah, today you're a little too late for the skirt steak.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna dial it back on the skirt steak for now, but look, you have so many other options. It's fabulous. All the meat is kept frozen in coolers.
We got the ribeye here.
The ribeye.
Okay. We got the short ribs.
These are refrigerated like nobody's business.
The short ribs.
Oh.
These are the ones you spoke of here. You said you like.
Yes.
So you see the short ribs here.
And of course, ground beef.
Summertime.
Absolutely.
Barbecue grills. We got the porterhouse.
Okay. See, that's what I'm looking at on my grill. Yeah.
Right.
I will make the burgers for, I don't know.
Yeah, for the mass group.
Amare says in life he's able to keep so many balls bouncing because when he's passionate about something, he's all in. You're definitely a Renaissance man. I love it. It's
I appreciate it.
From basketball to ribeye.
Right.
That's right. Amare's got it all. Always count him in because he's winning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, an unusual wine pairing.
This is the bottle right here that represents the world's first commercially viable rooftop vineyard vintage.
The new blend made in Brooklyn when we come right back. It's rooftop season, so you know I had to find something a little off the beaten path. A place like no other. A place where the Navy Yard meets the vineyard. When you think vineyard, you probably think Napa Valley or Bordeaux, France, but in Brooklyn, you'll find the world's first vineyard on a roof. Rooftop Reds is unique, New York. 43 planter boxes, almost 200 grapevines. All of this is the brainchild of Devin Showmaker, an idea he developed while attending Cornell University.
I actually came across the fact that nobody had brought this really 10,000-year-old plus industry into the urban space.
The Brooklyn Navy Yard used to build warships, and now it's home to cool businesses like Rooftop Reds. A rooftop vineyard needs a strong roof, so Devin started a Kickstarter campaign, then got the Navy Yard on board to help bring it to life.
The Navy Yard was very open and accepting of creative projects like this that could stimulate economics and hopefully provide jobs in the future. So they took a chance on me.
His first harvest in 2017 produced 11 cases, and those bottles are rare.
This is the bottle right here that represents the world's first commercially viable rooftop vineyard vintage. What we have planted here is all Bordeaux red varietals, about 11 cases produced in our first vintage.
A lot of planning went into Rooftop Reds.
And that planning represents the soil that I designed, the planter boxes that you see, the layout and orientation of this rooftop. Everything that you see on this rooftop was built. This was a blank canvas. I had a lot of support from, Cornell University, from the Finger Lakes wine professionals, from my professors.
At Rooftop Reds, when you sip, you've got options. Here's a few.
This is actually our award-winning Riesling. We just won Best in Class this year in 2021 in the Finger Lakes wine region for Best Off-Dry Riesling.
Then there's Veltliner, an unfiltered orange wine, and of course, a signature Cabernet. And if you can't decide, get a flight of wines, 2-ounce samples.
So we start off with our Traminette, bone-dry Traminette. We move to our bone-dry rosé, not sparkling on this flight.
Ah, okay.
And then we move here to our red blend, which we serve chilled, which is a really nice red option during the summer when it's very warm on the rooftop.
And when harvest rolls around, it's easy because the vines are in planters.
So the fruiting zone, you don't have to bend down. Yeah, so it's the easiest harvest ever because you're right here at your picking zone anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
No backaches.
No backaches. People from Bordeaux come and I give them tours of this vineyard, and in Bordeaux they have shorter vines, very high density plantings, and they killed themselves, and so they kind of envy the system that we have set up here.
As you can imagine, this is a beautiful setting for a wedding. And when you come up to the rooftop, you can sit amongst the vines and just relax like these ladies from Annapolis, Maryland. What do you have?
Sauvignon Blanc.
And how do you like it?
And it's very nice. Yeah, the whole atmosphere up here is lovely.
Our staff is trained to talk about what varietal you're sitting next to, what wines we produce here.
And when you get hungry, you can order pizza from nearby Il Porto Pizza.
And we have a great relationship with them. They will deliver pizzas right to your table, and they walk the pizzas up 5 flights so you don't have to walk down 5.
I like it. Or stop by on a Friday when Rooftop Reds invites guest chefs who offer a special menu. It seems everything about this place is well thought out, from the custom solar panels to the hydration system and wiring.
We have the catch wires and the trellis management system to help them reach vertical and expose their fruit zone really nicely for development and maturation.
I've never seen grapes so tiny and cute.
Yeah. Well,
in this form.
This is how, every vineyard around the world looks at this time of development.
Okay.
It's just you're much closer to a grapevine than maybe you've ever been.
Not maybe. I'm very close to a grapevine. I love it. In New York City, with a skyline of skyscrapers behind me.
Yep. And that's Cabernet Sauvignon right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Kat.
Yeah.
I'll come back for you. When? In October?
Yeah.
November? When am I coming back?
If you want to come up and harvest, it's very early.
Okay.
But this is our tradition.
Okay.
We pop a bottle of bubbly.
Yeah. I like this tradition. It's starting good already.
We get Russ and Daughter bagels and lox and a whole spread.
Yeah.
And we do a champagne toast.
Yeah.
We have coffee, bagels, lox, and then we get to picking, and it takes about an hour.
Sign me up. To Rooftop Reds.
To Rooftop Reds.
Continued success. The world's only rooftop vineyard.
Indeed. Thank you.
And some things are really only in New York, unless, of course, you're in New Jersey. That's where you can check out the world's highest, fastest, and longest single whale roller coaster, the Jersey Devil. Until next time, I'm Christal Young.